Okay, so we had a mentoring session. We've got a few of our students here as well. We're going to start with the video now, looking at the news and then also looking at the charts to go through the 8 major currency pairs to see where we think they're going to be moving from now to coming up into later the week. Okay, so one of the first things I'll look at is the news. The news, we see that today we just had the pound inflation report hearings. Okay, nothing much happening at that point. As you can see, for the pound, it hasn't really reacted too much to the inflation report hearings. Tomorrow we have a US core durable goods orders, which is also probably not going to move the market that much, because on Thursday we have a US bank holiday, which we can see is Thanksgiving. So between now to Thursday and Friday, we actually expect quite low market liquidity, which means that it's probably not going to move too much. The only major thing that is probably going to move the market more is the CAD on Friday evenings, the CAD CPI at 9:30 on Friday evening. Okay, but that one we will follow up with another video later as well. So looking at this now, the pound hasn't really moved the market that much, and there's not much news. So let's focus on the charts, on what's happening on the charts. Looking at the Aussie first. Okay, so what I've done is I'm looking at all the charts on the H4 time frame, just getting a broad view, and then also just trying to decide on where is the overall long or medium and short term directions that we think is going to happen. So very interesting, you'll see the red lines that I have later. You will see on the video is where I previously analyzed the market to be heading. Okay, so last video we said that if it breaks 0.7170, it probably will head lower. It didn't break 0.7170, and it went up towards 7300. Okay, so it hit that resistance and came straight back down. What we could see now is this is probably going to be quite a strong resistance. This is 0.73 level. Okay, so if that's going to be a strong resistance, we see that possibly going to test that resistance again before possibly either continuing up or coming straight back down again. Okay, at this point, I'll be keen to see what is the next resistance level above 0.73. So I'll move my chart back slightly to look for another level, which I see now straight away. It's 0.74, about 0.7450. So 0.7450 is the next resistance level on the H4 time frame. Okay, so if we see now that Aussie is tried to come back down, but now at this point in time is trying to turn back up. If it closes strongly and we see a US dollar weakness, we could see it climb straight back up towards 7450. Okay, condition is that it must close strongly above 7300. For the New Zealand dollar, we see that it, again, we expected to come down, but it went straight up, tested that resistance of 6840. At this point, I'll probably adjust my line slightly to make it maybe about 6850. So that's the whole area I'm looking at. If this goes upwards from 6850, it closes strongly above 6850, I'm going to need another resistance level above. So let's find one. Okay. Straight away, I've got another level at 7050. Okay, so now we're looking at it going, if it breaks 6850, it could go to 7050, which is a nice 200 pips upward move. But that also means that we're not only following trend, it's broken a strong resistance upwards and continuing upwards. So we could see a very good 200 pips move upwards in this scenario. Next, on the pound US on the 4-hour chart, this was actually, I've got several lines in here where I've got one breaking 1.30 and it will go up towards 131, or if it tested 130 and come down towards 1.28. In this scenario, it actually tested and came straight back down. So at this point right now, what we're looking at is again the same level of 1.28. This support level has been quite strong. This support level has been quite strong, 1.2830. If it reacts, we're looking for a reaction at this point for it to either go lower, if it breaks below 1.2830, or to bounce off and go up towards 1.2950 and even further. At this point, these move, either a strong move upwards or a break of support and a strong move downwards, is going to be highly dependent on the Brexit news. We saw very big moves because of the Brexit news. This is all going to be purely dependent on what happens with Brexit, whether May stays as Prime Minister, whether more people are going to quit because of disagreements with the Brexit terms, whether they're going to meet their 25th of November deadline as well. So we see that 1.28, although there's a 1.2830 support, I don't actually think it's going to be very crucial, because any news is going to move this significantly past lower or bounce off strongly higher from this level. So support resistance at this point is probably a bit less significant, because it's going to be more news driven. Okay, the euro has been, for the past week, has been climbing up, has been a straight move upwards. I'm looking for another resistance. Because of an upward move, I'm actually moving this, putting another resistance up towards 1.1550. That's a first resistance level that I'm looking at. So if it breaks above 1.4340, I could see it going upwards towards 1.5550. Okay, if it doesn't and it turns back down, we could see it going towards 1.1330. Again, for the euro US, what's going to happen is this is also going to be very highly dependent on the Brexit news. Alright, so if we have good Brexit news, if there's going to be an agreement, we could actually see a stronger euro moving upwards. If we see more uncertainty, more trouble with the Brexit news, we could see it coming straight back down again. Okay. So while we have looked at two directions, I'll scroll back to the pound US. While we looked at a possible upward and a possible downward move, we see a stronger downward move, a possible potential stronger downward move for the pound, and a potential possibly equally upward move or downward move for the euro. When we look at the euro pound, a downward move in the pound is going to cause an upward move in the euro pound. An upward move in the euro is going to push the euro pound higher as well. So we have a resistance of 0.8950. Alright, so 0.8950, we could see a resistance level there. If it breaks above, we could see it going towards 0.9. Alright, so that is, if it breaks that resistance, we could see it going quite strongly above. But that's going to be a huge move. With that huge move upwards for the euro pound, we'll probably have to see the pound drop significantly towards this lower level of 1.270, and the euro US to move up towards 1.1550. Okay, which would cause a very strong upward move in the euro pound from 0.8950 towards 0.9080. Then we look at the euro yen. Okay, looking at the euro yen, what's going to happen is, if we see the euro shooting up, that's possibly a strengthening of the euro dollar. So what's going to happen is it's possibly going to pull the euro yen up as well. Again, 1.2920 is a resistance level. If it breaks above that, we could see it testing 1.31. Okay, so a stronger euro is possibly going to pull the euro yen upwards towards 131.00. But it has to break above 129.20 first. Okay, but despite, so what you see here, switching back to the euro yen, you see that it's actually been in for the past week, has actually been in a very wide range. How wide? It's actually been a 150 pip up and down move for last week. It shot down very quickly, went straight back up, came back down, and still trying to go back up. 150 pip wide range. But for the US yen, what we actually saw was last week, it dropped 150 pips, or about 150 pips. It was a very somewhat clear direction for the US yen. So we actually see the yen getting stronger in this scenario. So while we think that the euro yen could go up, while we think that the euro yen could be climbing because of a stronger euro dollar, this could pull the US yen higher off its current 112.50 towards the 113 level. Okay, but because of the recent move in the US yen, I actually think that a more possible move would be downwards towards the 111.75 level. So anticipating a continual downward move in the US yen towards the 111.75 level. Okay, and then lastly, looking at the US CAD. Okay, US CAD again, squeezing it down, we're sitting right at our support resistance level of 1.32. Right, sitting in the 1.32 region. It's probably not going to move too much at this point, at this level, only to be decided on Friday, when the CPI number comes out and the retail sales number comes out for the CAD. Okay, you can see that we're on Tuesday now. There's really no prediction of what the number could be, but it was previously minus 0.4%, so it wasn't looking very good. So we could see that if we have a bad data for the CAD, we could actually be moving off this resistance level of 1.32 towards the 13330 level. So we're expecting we could see a strong move up from this resistance towards the 13330 level. Okay, so what I've seen now, I'll go back to the overall view of all my 8 pairs. Okay, what I've seen here is apart from the Euro US, let me just scroll this through first. Apart from the Euro US and the Pound US, we actually see possibly across the board a weaker US dollar. You know, looking at Aussie US heading up towards 0.7450, looking at the New Zealand going up towards 0.7050, looking at the US yen coming towards 111.75. You know, we're looking at possibly a weakness in the US dollar. So what I would actually be more cautious about at this point in time would be I'll be looking to trade with more of an idea of a weaker US dollar rather than trading towards a US dollar strength. Okay, so I think that bias towards which direction you see the market heading should apply until we see something change. What can change is possibly more confidence in Brexit agreements, more confidence in Brexit news. You know, removing an uncertainty from the market is possibly going to make the US dollar stronger. Okay, or the China and US trade argument that they have at the moment. You know, every time we have a news about that, you see the US dollar get hit by the uncertainty again. So looking at this, we could see short to medium term weaker US dollar until more uncertainties get settled. Then we can see possibly a resumption of US dollar strength again. Okay, so that will end the pretty quick video for now, and then we'll go into further questions with everyone present here regarding the video. Thank you so much.